Who do you think was the richest person in history? You might think of Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, or Elon Musk, but none of them come close to the wealth of Mansa Musa, the king of Mali in the 14th century. In this video, we will explore the life and legacy of Mansa Musa, one of the most influential and fascinating rulers in African history. Hello and welcome to this video about Mansa Musa, one of the richest and most powerful rulers in African history. Mansa Musa was the king of Mali, a vast empire that spanned parts of West Africa in the 14th century. He is best known for his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca, where he displayed his immense wealth and generosity to the world. But how did he become the ruler of Mali? And what did he do with his fortune? In this video, we will explore the life and legacy of Mansa Musa, the Golden King of Mali. The Mali Empire was founded by Sundiata Keita, a prince who united several kingdoms under his rule after defeating a powerful enemy in 1235. Sundiata established a strong and stable government that promoted trade and commerce across the Sahara Desert and the Niger River. He also converted to Islam and adopted it as the official religion of his empire. Sundiata died in 1255 and was succeeded by his son Uli, who continued his father's policies and expanded the empire's territory. Uli was followed by several other rulers, who maintained Mali's prosperity and prestige. The Mali Empire was founded by Sundiata Keita, a prince who united several kingdoms under his rule after defeating a powerful enemy in 1235. Sundiata established a strong and stable government that promoted trade and commerce across the Sahara Desert and the Niger River. He also converted to Islam and adopted it as the official religion of his empire. Sundiata died in 1255 and was succeeded by his son Uli, who continued his father's policies and expanded the empire's territory. Uli was followed by several other rulers, who maintained Mali's prosperity and prestige. Mansa Musa was either the grandson or the grandnephew of Sundiata, the founder of the Mali Empire. He was born in the late 13th century and grew up in the royal court of Niani, the capital city of Mali. He was educated in Islamic law and culture, and served as a deputy for his cousin Abu Bakr II, who became the ruler of Mali in 1307. Abu Bakr II was the king of Mali before Mansa Musa. He was a curious and adventurous ruler who wanted to explore the unknown lands beyond the Atlantic Ocean. He had heard stories of a vast continent across the sea, where people lived in harmony with nature and had strange customs and beliefs. He decided to embark on a daring voyage to discover this new world. He prepared a large fleet of ships, some say 200, some say 2,000, and filled them with men, gold, and provisions. He left his cousin Musa in charge of the kingdom and set sail westward. He never returned. No one knows for sure what happened to Abu Bakr II and his men. Some say they perished in a storm or were attacked by sea monsters. Some say they reached the shores of America and mingled with the natives, leaving traces of their culture and language. Some say they sailed back to Africa but landed in a different place and founded a new kingdom. Whatever the truth may be, Abu Bakr II's voyage remains one of the greatest mysteries of African history. He was a visionary leader who dared to dream big and pursue his passion. He was also a generous patron who supported trade and learning in Mali. He was a legend in his own time, and his story lives on today. And whatever happened to him, he left a vacant throne that Mansa Musa inherited in 1312. Mansa Musa inherited an empire that was already wealthy and prosperous, but he made it even more so by expanding trade and commerce with other regions. He controlled the gold and salt mines that were vital for the economy of West Africa. He also traded ivory, slaves, spices, cloth, and other goods with North Africa, Europe, and Asia. He built roads, bridges, wells, and caravanserais to facilitate trade and travel across his empire. He also strengthened his army and navy to protect his borders and interests. He conquered new lands and incorporated them into his empire, such as Gao and Timbuktu. He also maintained good relations with other Muslim states, such as Morocco, Egypt, and Arabia. He was a successful businessman who expanded trade and commerce in his realm. He had several sources of income and wealth, such as gold. Mali was rich in gold, and Mansa Musa controlled most of the gold mines in his territory. He also traded gold with other regions, such as North Africa and Europe. He was famous for carrying and spending large amounts of gold during his pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324, which caused inflation in Egypt. Salt was another valuable commodity in West Africa, as it was used for preserving food and enhancing its flavor. Mansa Musa had access to salt mines in the Sahara Desert, and he traded salt with other kingdoms, such as Songhai and Ghana. Ivory was obtained from elephant tusks, and it was used for making ornaments, jewelry, and sculptures. Mansa Musa exported ivory to other markets, such as Morocco and Egypt, where it was in high demand. Slaves were captured from wars or raids, and they were used for labor or sold to other regions. Mansa Musa had a large slave population in his empire, and he also traded slaves with other countries, such as Portugal and Spain. Agriculture was the main occupation of most people in Mali, and it provided food and income for the empire. Mansa Musa encouraged farming and irrigation, and he cultivated crops such as millet, sorghum, rice, cotton, and peanuts. He also raised livestock such as cattle, sheep, goats, and camels. Trade was the backbone of Mansa Musa's economy, and he fostered trade relations with many countries and regions. He built roads, bridges, and caravanserais to facilitate trade. He also established diplomatic ties with other rulers, such as the Sultan of Egypt and the King of Morocco. He sent ambassadors and merchants to various places, such as Arabia, India, China, and Europe. He imported goods such as silk, spices, books, cloth, horses, weapons, and metalware. Mansa Musa was also a devout Muslim who wanted to fulfill one of the pillars of his faith, the Hajj, or the pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1324, he set out on his journey with a huge caravan of people and animals. He brought along his wife, his officials, his soldiers, his servants, and thousands of camels loaded with gold, silk, ivory, and other precious goods. Mansa Musa's caravan crossed the Sahara Desert, stopping at oases and trading cities along the way. He was generous with his gifts and donations, giving gold to the poor, the mosques, and the rulers he met. He also bought slaves and freed them as an act of charity. He impressed everyone with his piety, his kindness, and his wealth. One of the most memorable stops on his journey was Cairo, the capital of Egypt. There he met the Sultan of Egypt, who welcomed him warmly. Mansa Musa gave him a gift of 50,000 gold dinars and also distributed gold to the people of Cairo. He spent so much gold in Egypt that he caused inflation or a decrease in the value of money. The price of goods went up, and the economy suffered for years. After spending 3 months in Cairo, Mansa Musa resumed his journey to Mecca. He finally reached the holy city and performed the rituals of the Hajj. He prayed at the Kaaba, the sacred black cube that Muslims believe was built by Abraham. He also visited other holy sites, such as Mount Arafat and Mina. He met other pilgrims from different parts of the Islamic world and exchanged ideas and information with them. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca was a remarkable feat that brought fame and glory to him and his empire. Mansa Musa returned to Mali after his pilgrimage to Mecca with a new vision and ambition for his kingdom. He had seen the wonders of the Islamic world and learned from its scholars and artists. He wanted to make Mali a center of learning and culture in Africa. Mansa Musa brought back with him many people he had met on his journey, such as architects, teachers, poets, and doctors. He also brought back books, manuscripts, and religious relics. He invited them to stay in his kingdom and help him improve it. He started by building mosques and schools in every town he visited. He also renovated and expanded existing buildings, such as the Great Mosque of Djenné and the Sankore University of Timbuktu. He hired skilled craftsmen and workers to decorate and furnish them with beautiful materials and designs. Mansa Musa also supported the development of trade and commerce in his empire. He improved the roads, bridges, and caravanserais that facilitated trade. He established diplomatic ties with other rulers, such as the Sultan of Morocco and the King of Portugal. He sent ambassadors and merchants to various places, such as Arabia, India, China, and Europe. He imported goods such as silk, spices, books, cloth, horses, weapons, and metalware. Mansa Musa also promoted the spread of Islam in his empire. He encouraged his subjects to convert to Islam and follow its teachings. He appointed judges and scholars to teach Islamic law and theology. He funded pilgrimages to Mecca for those who could not afford it. He also respected the traditional beliefs and practices of his people who did not embrace Islam. Mansa Musa's reign was a golden age for Mali. He made it one of the richest and most powerful kingdoms in Africa. He also made it one of the most advanced and civilized kingdoms in the world. He left a lasting legacy of learning and culture that inspired generations of Africans and Muslims. Thank you for watching the Info.ai. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more episodes. Also, don't forget to comment below on what topic you would like us to cover next. See you next time.